There are three basic types of movement for the characters: walking, flying, and crawling. We will gradually look at the inner working of all of them, starting with walking. The first layer of the character composition, character control, is responsible for the global movement and its characteristics. Let's create two keyframes for position of the character control layer. One is going to be at the frame 0. On the 2-second mark, drag the character along XZ plane to create the second keyframe. Hit Ramp Preview. We get the basic movement with only two keyframes. All the auxiliary calculations of the movement trajectory are made automatically by the project, including hands waving. The process has an interesting result with a two-handed item. At frame 0, let's change the character preset to Driller from the Character Presets drop-down menu. Hit Run Preview. We get a fluent animation of a character walking with a two-handed item. At frame 0, let's return to the basic character preset. To see the trajectory, Show Post-Graph Expression option must be checked. It should be noticed that this option significantly affects project's performance. It is recommended to turn it on for adjustment purposes only. Let's change the interpolation of the position keyframes to Bezier and look at the final trajectory. It shows that the amplitude and the frequency of the cycloid trajectory are in direct ratio with the control layer movement speed within XZ plane. Move the second keyframe to 1-second position to double the speed. The trajectory changed significantly. Hit Ramp Preview. Undo the changes and return the second keyframe to its initial position. If we look at the graph editor, we can see the form of the initial trajectory. Let's make some adjustments for it. All the movement's additional characteristics are controlled with special controllers within the character control layer. For demonstration purposes, set the current time on frame 0. Jumping on-off option controls the cycloid in general. Flying on-off option will be discussed later. Jumping Flying Amp controls the amplitude of the cycloid trajectory. Jumping Flying Crawling Frequency is responsible for the frequency of the cycloid trajectory. Scale Resize controls Y-axis scale distortion in the process of walking. Let's compare two different parameters. The movement trajectory is also scale sensitive. Let's constrain scale proportion and reduce the character scale in half. Uncheck the constraint option. All the characteristics changed accordingly. Now, if we double the initial scale, using the same procedure, we'll get another result. It is recommended to uncheck the scale constraint option, though it is not a strict requirement. The default scale button in the character customization script returns scale value to the default number of 57%. Hands waving on-off controls the waving movements of the hands. The default movement button in the character customization script sets all the adjustment to the default walking settings. All the aforementioned adjustments can also be made at any point in time.